What's good, everyone? It's Fizzy here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an ASAKE type beat. So let's get into this, guys. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start off with the drums, and then I'm going to move on to the melody afterwards. So I'm going to go down to the BPM of 115, and then we're just going to see what drums we can come up with. So I came up with this kick pattern here. So next we're going to move on to the snares. So I'm just going to go back to the snare that I normally use. I might change it out later on, but for now I'm just going to go use this snare that I have from a loop pack. So for the snare, I wanted it to be simple. So I put on the third part of the first beat, and then I let it hit on the four as well. So that's the pattern I have laid out. So we're going to move on to other elements as well. So I came up with the drums now. So we have the kick, then we went to the snare. We have a shaker playing as well. And then I just have a few extra perks in the background as well. I might add in some perks later on, depending on how the vibe of the beat goes. But for now, I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. So I'm gonna lay down the piano now and let's see what melody we can come up with. So this is the progression I came up with. I'm playing a 1-2-5, but then I just added in some 7s and 9s later on in the second half just to make things a bit more interesting. So next we're gonna move on to the pad. So instead of adding a pad, I ended up adding in a harp, and I'm just gonna actually keep it in. So I'm just gonna have that as like a random layer in the melody. So I'm now gonna move on to a mallet, and then I'm gonna see what we can come up with using a mallet. So I just loaded up contacts now. I'm gonna go to my go-to mallet preset, and I'm just gonna add in a mallet to see what we can come up with. So I came up with this catchy mallet melody. So I'm now gonna go add in a pad now, and then I'm gonna see what we can come up with after that. So I've added in the pad now and I just reduced the volume. So next we're gonna go to purity and we're just gonna use a tremolo synth. So I've opened up analog and I'm gonna be using a Rhodes piano, the Good Vibes preset. And I'm just gonna copy over the piano melody that we already have and just paste it onto analog so that it's another layer that's in the song. So the last thing I'm gonna add in now before the log drums is a violin. So I'm just gonna try and make a simple violin melody. So I came up with this melody here. It's fairly simple. I'm gonna hit Alt R just to randomize the velocities a bit. So now that we're done with the melody, we're now gonna move on to the log drum. So I'm gonna go for, because there's a lot going on in the melody already, I'm gonna go for like simple log drum patterns. So yeah, let's see what we can come up with. So I came up with this melody here. It looks as if there's a lot going on, but I promise you it's not. Now that we're done with the log drums, we're now going to move on to the arrangement of the beat. So far for the arrangement, I have the intro here, which is 8 bars long. I'm playing the violin melody and I'm playing the Rhodes piano as well as the tremolo signal. And then I then move into the intro, which is 16 bars, and as you can see, I have all my drums in. So I have my percussions, everything in, and then I just added in the labs piano as well as the pad in the first 8 bars, and then for the last 8 bars, I then added in the mallet as well as the log drum as well, which I then also ended up changing slightly as well. For the bridge, as you can see, I added in the harp melody, but then I removed the pad melody just to create a bit of space for the harp melody to come through. Then for the chords itself, I added the pad back in and then I added in the violin melody again. So now that I finished off the arrangement, I'm just going to describe it to you. So I have the intro here, which is 8 bars. Then I have the verse, which is 16 bars. Then I have a bridge, which is 8 bars around here. And then the chorus again. And I just duplicated that over. And then I just let the outro be 8 bars. So yeah, that's it for the beat, guys. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to drop a subscribe as well and a like. Peace.